Hello and welcome to my Ecto-1 build. It's been, I think, since February the last build we did. It's been a long while. It feels like years, but yeah. Welcome to it. I'll introduce my co-host for this evening. We've got.
We're back!
Hello!
They're not Chris Crew.
Just when you thought it was safe to come back onto YouTube, here we are.
Never safe to come back when we were on it. Actually, I don't know if there's anyone watching at the moment either. Oh, they'll hopefully appear anyway. You okay, you two?
Oh, hi, yourself.
Oh, very good, very good.
Hay fever's playing up a bit today, but we obviously missing one of our mates tonight. He's a bit indisposed around one of his mates. So I won't say why because it's pretty private. So that is.
This is a family show, sort of.
Can be. But maybe you might watch in the background. If you're watching in the background, Chris, say hi. We're gonna start off where we finished off last time. And I've got loads of parts ready and waiting. I've got all the parts we need, like the back differential, the drive shaft. Which a long time ago that was.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
These parts has been in the from last time round.
Else for a while.
No, we will need them, or one of them at least, tonight. I think I looked at the instructions.
It's been so long, I forget what the instructions tell us to do.
So to build it.
I won't get the instructions up tonight because Chris usually does that, and it's a pain in the backside to do it, mate. So we'll have to muddle through.
Hey, Dave, not Chris. Where's your mood lighting?
Where's what?
Your mood lighting.
I'm glad you've reminded me. I'll see if it works, because I had a problem with it the other night.
Oh, was that a Saturday night? It was a bit weird, wasn't it?
There you go.
Oh, there we are.
Just quickly looking at something to make sure if he's good. There's a few people, someone else is streaming as well at the same time. That's not good. Oh, right, let's change cameras. If I can remember how. It's been a long while. If I put this on is yeah, let's just try to get screen
Don't make your mind up yet.
Yeah, I'll do. Very squeaky very red part. Right, I've got all my parts ready for part check.
All right. Car parts stage 31. In this stage, you receive the parts for the left rear suspension of your Ecto-1. And we start off with part number 31A, the leaf spring front shackle.
Which I think is that part there.
That's it. That's the one.
Every part here is metal as well.
Part 31B, leaf spring rear outer shackle.
And this one does have LO. It's barely readable on there, so I know that's the outer one.
Followed by 31C, the leaf spring rear inner shackle.
And that says LI. There you go.
31D, the rear suspension leaf spring.
Which is very nice. Big bit of metal as well. Not very flexible though.
Well, it's got a lot of weight to hold up.
Yeah, that's true. Probably will flex under the weight. Yeah, it does a bit when you do that. So.
Part 31E, the leaf. Oh, wait a minute. 31D, sorry. No, I was right. 31E, the leaf spring clamp.
And that's done.
That's it. Part 31F, the shock absorber lower mount.
Reminds me of a little like Lego gun sort of thing. Just kind of nice metal, obviously.
That'll be the trickiest part of the assembly, is getting that shock absorber together.
You had a quick look at it earlier, yeah. Definitely.
31G, the shock absorber mount.
Yeah. Well, Chris is here as well.
Is he here now?
Oh no, he's just on the comments saying hi. There's that.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
31H, the shock absorber spring.
Nice metal, yeah.
And then we have screws.
Loads of
We have everybody's favorite, BM, Big Mac, 1.7 by 4 millimeter. It's rather small for a Big Mac. Okay. Then we have CM, Crazy Mac, 2.3 by 4 millimeter, 1 plus 1 spare. Oh, and I forgot to say on the BMs, we have 2 plus 1 spare.
Big Macs.
And then we have LM, Low Mac, 2.3 by 5 millimeter, 2 plus 1 spare. Then we have NM, No Mac, 2.6 by 5 millimeter, 1 plus 1 spare. Then we have PM, Perfect Mac, 2 by 2.3 by 1.6 by 16 millimeter. Try saying 3 times fast. 2 plus 1 spare. Then we have QM, Queer Mac, 2 by 7 millimeter, 1 plus 1 spare.
The first time we're using them.
Then we have RM, Right Mac, 2.3 by 3 by 6 millimeter, 1 plus 1 spare. And then we have IP, Infinitely Perfect, 2 by 5 millimeter, 1 plus 1 spare.
A one plastic screw. Every other one's all metal.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
Loads of metal screws.
Okay, and then let's get on with the shoe.
Here go the shoes.
Left rear leaf spring. In this stage, you assemble the left rear leaf spring and mount it to the frame of your Ecto-1. Except we won't be mounting it to the frame of our Ecto-1 just yet.
We could. I think we will do.
No, well, we can do it that way if you want, but I think it's better if we build the entire rear suspension and then mount it to the car.
Oh, so don't put it to the car. Just do the other one, then mount it. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Put the whole rear end together and then mount that down as one unit. That's the way I did it.
Okay. We'll try that way then. Yeah. Okay. We'll skip a few steps and go back to it after.
Right.
Okay. No problems.
Okay, step 1. Fitting the shackles to the leaf spring.
Yeah.
Slot the end of the rear suspension leaf spring 31D into the leaf spring front shackle 31A as shown in figure A. Affixing one Lazy Mac screw into both sides of the shackle.
Don't need to be personal.
There's no other than this way out. There's no either side are exactly the same, aren't they?
No, they aren't. The one side is a little bit busier than the other, and you want to put it on the busier side.
Busier. What do you mean busier side? I don't know what you mean. They look the same to me.
Oh, I think one end is longer than the other, though, if I remember correctly. And I believe it goes on the longer end. I mean, going from that center hole towards the end, either end of the end of it, one side is longer than the other.
They look the same size to me. I'll do that there, and they do that there. Is that the same? So Seems the same to me.
I thought I remembered, because it's been so long since I did mine, that one end was just a mite longer than the other.
They don't really mention it either. You'll think you'll mention it if it is if it does matter, wouldn't you? Let's try it and then see if it don't fit. We know why.
Yeah, you've got it on the wrong end.
Yeah. Well, if it does fit, it'd be lucky.
That's what she said.
There we go again. Back to the way it used to be. Dave Mack's the first one to say it.
Well, I had to because you walked right into that one.
Oh, wait, what?
Looks like it could be the other side now.
Now, just a picture looks like this is rolled upwards. In the picture.
Well, they're both rolled upwards.
Yeah, but when it's down, it looks like it's going upwards like that. That's confused the hell out of me now.
They should have put some kind of marker on it so you know which end to put that in.
Before you go and screw that in, Chris, hold that shackle up so I can see the whole thing. Or hold the leaf spring up so I can see everything. Don't.
So.
Yeah, on the left there, it's rotate it up so I can see the that way. Yeah, it goes on the other side, Chris.
You think it goes the other side, is it? Okay.
It goes on the other side. I think.
Well, Chris says he sorted out your replacement jag parts tonight as well.
Ah.
Partially broken. That's good. Oh, for God's sake. These are quite tight screws.
Well, that's because you're actually screwing into that part. That's where you're cutting the threads.
So I sort of took it off the part to do it and then undoing it and back and forth a few times. Put this down this way, it might help.
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah. Don't worry about it breaking. It's a nice metal pieces, so it shouldn't be his problem. He says. I don't know, right? What's going on here?
According to the picture here, it looks like on that bracket, one side of it is angled and the other side is like straight up and down. Yeah. And the angled side should be pointing in towards the spring.
Seems to work here then. Let's try that. Yeah, that's better. It weren't screwing into the actual part, it's screwing into the gap.
Yeah, it's screwing into the bracket.
Yeah. But I was screwing it into the gap of the bracket, not the actual bracket itself. I did that. Oh God. Chris has started already. Comments. I have to change his head on this one. I think it's the head.
Good screwing tonight then.
So good screwing we're getting it.
Yeah, well, Chris, we know what you're up to.
I'm saying nothing.
And basically nothing.
What are you doing there, Dave?
Hey?
What are you?
What am I doing? I just put my cig down. I've got a camera here. It's attached to the desk. Well, one of those holders. This one here. And
oh yeah. Christ.
Is that a springy xylophone?
Yeah, I've got the same sort of thing on the camera holding this one up. Oh, that's that part screwed in. You can see on like slight bit of the black bit where I tried to screw it into the wrong part.
Oops.
It don't matter. It's very loose, but
Okay, now that that's done, locate the leaf spring rear outer shackle 31B, which is marked with an LO.
which is that one.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Drive a PM screw through this part, then through the end of the leaf spring 31D, and finally through the leaf spring rear inner shackle 31C per figure B.
I think it's this has to go onto the part. I think there's like a
Well,
flat end.
it should have a clearance hole in the one bracket and a smaller hole to be tapped in the other.
Yeah, I think that's right.
It's marked with an LO.
Yeah, this part is LO. Yeah.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
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 I don't actually screw it. Just go straight through.
Yeah, it's a clearance hole on that one.
Okay, so then it
And
goes
then
through. And then
through the spring, and then you need the other bracket 31C. That's where the screw thread's in.
I'm surprised it goes all the way near enough to the end and then screw. But it makes sense because obviously it's got a swivel.
Well, you don't want to get that tight so where it won't move.
A bit too tight that one. Do it slightly. Well, I usually find if you do it too tight and then slightly loosen it, then you can just get it just right. And it's just
right.
nicely. That's how I find I usually do things. Perfect.
It's in there just right. That's what she said.
Are we there yet?
Okay, that completes step 1. Now we move on to step 2, fixing the leaf spring to the rear axle. So I hope you have your rear axle handy.
Yep,
There it is.
Prepared.
Take the part you have assembled and slide it onto the peg on the rear axle bottom, 30A per figure A.
And it goes like this.
Just like that. Next, place the leaf spring clamp 31E on top of the peg.
Huh.
Nope, other way
you were
around.
right. Yeah, you were right actually, because if we did put this on this end, I know you were wrong actually. You were wrong, because this leaf spring won't fit on this way round.
Yeah, that's the way it should go, but
It won't fit that way round because
we've got
peg here won't fit in that hole.
Yeah, I led you astray. You've got those shackles on the wrong end.
Yeah. Why didn't they say that in instructions?
Yeah, it would help. But you'll have to swap those shackles around now.
I think Chris had exactly the same thing actually, didn't he? If I remember. So when I do the other side, I'll make sure it's the right way around.
While we're waiting for Chris to do that, perhaps not Chris might be persuaded to do a little fashion show with his latest Hawaiian shirt.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Got another 40 odd in the wardrobe.
Hey, 40.
That's all I buy is Hawaiian shirts because they look good.
I don't think I own a Hawaiian shirt. I think.
Well, I used to dress up in black like Valentine Dial, but I've gone off black now.
Who's Valentine Dial when he's at home?
He was an actor.
Was he there?
That's not entirely true. You're probably wearing black underwear.
Who says he's wearing underwear?
I don't wear underskids.
Oh, he's going commando. Oh,
Yeah.
You should have told me before we started the stream.
It could be the commando crew then, because I've got no underwear on. Right, let's do this properly this time. Right. Let's get this right around. So that way around.
I'm just muting a minute.
Yeah, no probs. What's the difference between his outer and inner? I wonder. Oh yeah, the screw in it, the screw hole. That's why. Yeah, it's remembered.
Well, actually, probably if you put it in the other way around, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, it's true. As long as it's well, probably better having the screw the way it says it, because it probably won't be noticeable that way. Probably. Could be wrong. Right. Right, that's right. We're all right.
There we go. Now returning to our regularly scheduled program, we're going to put the leaf spring on top of the rear axle.
Yeah. That way around. And this is where you find out you've got it the wrong way around again. No, it's right around.
Right. Now, place the leaf spring clamp 31E on top of the peg.
That way around?
That way around. That's it. Secure the three parts together with one no-max screw NM per figure B.
It's right in there. Oh, well. Let's move this up a bit. That's not going to be good. It's not. Oh, my God. Quiet tonight as well, isn't it? Be quiet tonight.
Anybody watching at all?
There's two people watching. I think that's Chris and maybe I think Mark Mods usually watches, I think, in the background.
Hey?
Let's say about people watching. Usually Mark Mods and Chris, I think, watching at the moment. Right, and that's that.
And that finishes step 2. And we will move on to step 3, assembling the shock absorber.
The fun part.
Locate the shock absorber spring 31H and insert it into the shock absorber lower mount 31F.
Like.
Next, gently push the shock absorber upper mount 31G through the spring and into the lower mount. Because that's the way she said she likes it. So that the screw hole is visible through the slot in the side of the upper mount per figure A.
Yeah, so that tightens up the hole.
Just like that. Now it's where you need a third hand, but we'll get through it. Drive a BM, Big Mac, screw into the screw hole in the upper mount per figure B. The upper mount should now be able to move freely in and out of the lower mount. In and out, up and down.
Right, this is going to be very awkward.
And it's all black on black to make it really easy to see.
Yeah.
I see Chris Davies says Dave wears a see-through frock.
Ooh.
Chris, stop telling everyone my secrets.
Knows you too well, Dave. That's what it is, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I'm telling him nothing anymore.
Your laugh reminds me of Seth Rogen's laugh a bit, Dave. People even. A little bit. A little bit.
Don't get it real tight because
Yeah,
again,
but
that's
no,
gonna
it's
be
not.
able to move up and down.
It's very
what
just
she
slightly
said.
too tight. That was, yeah. That's just slightly a bit too tight. Still a bit. Loosen it a little bit more.
Yeah, just keep loosening it until you get it right.
Right, that's it.
General Sergeant Gitch once said, "It's up and down, not side to side. Up and down.
That's what she,
up
and
and
that's
down."
what she said as well.
I'll
Yeah,
do it side
what
by
she
side.
said.
That looks disgusting.
Now, with that done, take the shock absorber assembly and place it on the underside of the rear chassis, 23A, per figure C, and secure from above with one Clearmac QM screw per figure D.
Clear Mac ready screw. And then get a massive chassis that's been sitting there for ages on its own. Right, and I've lost where I've got screwed up. Now, because I've got this way round, I'll have to put on this side. I've got an echo.
Echo.
Right, so it goes.
Goes in the hole.
What hole?
Come now, you're a big boy. You can put it in the hole. Right there.
Yeah. Oh, so that's literally the hole's in there like that on its own, and then you have to screw it from the other side.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
And in the meantime, we also want you to pat yourself on the head and rub your tummy.
Definitely. Right, what I might have to do is turn this on its side a bit. You can't see, but tough.
Actually, I think I had you putting that over the wrong hole. It's the one next. It's the one in the channel there.
Oh, the one in the channel. Oh yeah, because it's got a hole in it, and it's got.
Is that the English channel or the Bristol channel?
It's got a slot in there, isn't it? And it goes in that slot there, I think.
Right.
I
was just looking at figure C here again, and I realized, I told him to put it in the wrong place.
And that goes towards.
I'm saying nothing.
Right, so yeah, this is going to be very awkward. Yeah, right. Make sure I get the right hole first. Yes, right, I need to come in. It's right, it can't be seen. It's only on screen at the moment, so thanks, Sam. Just say thanks, Sam. He said thanks, Sam. He said, oh, anytime. Right. Remind me while trying to get this screw in, which is easier said than done.
Oh, is that a hairy thing?
Playing now. You've got Chris Davies on again with his big head in the way.
Right, my head is my hand arm, I think.
And would you mind turning the light out? I've got a bit blinded there.
Just make sure it's lined up properly. Oh, that is so awkward. So from this point on, we're going to leave it. Are we going to go build the other side first? Are we?
Right.
Oh,
Hi, Cheryl.
Right. And that's that. Shock absorbing.
All good. Step 3 is done.
Oh, bugger.
Dave, where's the SpongeBob?
Jesus Christ. Right, are we going to skip to issue 33 quickly, are we?
Well, have a
Yes.
job, Chris, because I haven't got any air.
We're skipping over stage 31 because that's just putting a wheel and tire together. We're going right on to stage 33 so that we can build the entire rear suspension before we mount it on the car. So here we are, car part stage 33. In this stage, you receive parts for the right rear suspension of your Ecto.
Right.
And first off, we have part 33A, the leaf spring front shackle.
Spring front shackle.
There it is. 33B, the leaf spring rear outer shackle.
Yep, that one.
33C, the leaf spring rear inner shackle.
Yep.
Part 33D, the rear suspension leaf spring. Part 33E, the leaf spring clamp.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm. Part 33F, the shock absorber lower mount.
Fun part.
Part 33G, the shock absorber upper mount.
No.
Part 33H, the shock absorber spring.
Yep.
And then screws. We have the ever popular Big Mac BM screws, 1.7 by 4 millimeter, 2 plus 1 spare. Then we have CM Crazy Mac, 2.3 by 4 millimeter, 1 plus 1 spare. We have LM Lazy Mac, 2.3 by 5 millimeter, 2 plus 1 spare. We have NM No Mac, 2.6 by 5 millimeter, 1 plus 1 spare. We have Perfect Mac, 2.3 by 16 millimeter, 2 plus 1 spare. We have QM Queer Mac, 2 by 7 millimeter, 1 plus 1 spare. Then we have RM Regular Mac, 2.3 by 3 by 6 millimeter, 1 plus 1 spare. And then we have Infinitely Perfect IP, 2 by 5 millimeter, 1 plus 1 spare.
When do we use the IP screw?
We'll find out when we get there.
I just having it a little bit of it, man. Right, done. Right. Let's go.
And on to stage 33 then, the right rear leaf spring. In this stage, you assemble the right rear leaf spring and mount it to the frame of your Ecto-1. Actually, we'll first be mounting it to the rear axle.
Yeah. Making sure we ran it was first.
Yeah, you know what you could do if you wanted to is you could go ahead and screw that all together before you put the shackles on.
No, it should be alright because it'll probably be more awkward.
Alrighty.
I'll just make sure I know it's what it ran.
Step 1, fitting the shackles to the leaf spring. Slot the end of the rear suspension leaf spring 33D into the leaf spring front shackle 33A as shown in figure A.
Hey, calm down.
Affixing one LM Lazy Mac screw into both sides of the shackle. just like you did last time.
Rinse and repeat.
For anyone coming into the program late, this is what we did before you got here. Except we did it wrong.
Yeah. We learnt our lesson now. We did it wrong, so you don't have to. What was it say?
You do it wrong, so nobody else has to.
Yeah, yes. So if you haven't done this stage before, make sure you get it right around first. You can do it.
Easiest way to check for that is to see how the rear springs fit onto the rear axle, because they only go one way.
You don't swing both ways.
I think I did when I built mine. I think I did mine the wrong way around too.
I think Chris.
All right. With that done, locate the leaf spring rear outer shackle 33B, which is marked with an RO. Put a PM screw through this part, then the end of the leaf spring 33D, and finally screw it into the leaf spring rear inner shackle 33C per figure B.
Weirdly, this one I had to screw in a bit to get in. It's rear oval. I just had some plastic, metal, or paint or something.
If this was plastic, it would never take the weight of the car.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Perfect.
And now we're actually going to kind of go back to step 2 of stage 31 and attach this leaf spring to the rear axle.
Also do it like we did last one, like this one.
Yeah. So put the leaf spring on top of the axle, and then grab the leaf spring clamp 33E and put that on top of that.
Get that way around.
And fasten that all together with an NM Nomax screw.
Hopefully the easiest way of doing it.
I just thought that when I saw this being assembled on World of Wayne, and he followed the instructions exactly. I was watching and I thought, he's going to break something here if he's not careful.
Did he break anything, or was he alright?
Oh, he didn't break his, but I decided to do mine this way. I just felt better about it. Okay. Now we will move on to step 2 of stage 33 and assemble the shock absorber.
Back and forth.
As before, locate the shock absorber spring 33H and insert it into the shock absorber lower mount 33F.
So.
Next, push the shock absorber upper mount 33G through the spring and into the lower mount so that the screw hole is visible through the hollow in the side of the upper mount per figure A. Then you drive a BM, Big Mac, screw into the hole in the upper mount per figure B. The upper mount should now be able to move freely in and out of the lower mount.
perfect.
Okay, with that done, you want to bring your chassis back over, and we will install the shock absorber onto the chassis. Take the shock absorber assembly and place it on the underside of the rear chassis, 23A for figure C, and secure from above with 1 QM queer max screw per figure D.
Do this way last time as well.
It's always easier the second time around.
Yeah.
A lot of women agree with that, I think. Right. I was finding the screw hole that you actually moved. That one. That's the hole. Surprised you have managed to put it on screen. I didn't think I did. Using the spring compression to help it hold.
Up and down, up and down.
Yeah, and that's both
What's it all about?
Yeah.
Okay, with that done. Now we're going to take that whole rear assembly and fasten it down to the chassis. Don't forget about those plastic shock absorbers there.
Well, these things, yeah.
Yeah, those will go into holes in the clamps on the leaf springs.
Chris says all these Max McDonald's would probably make a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely.
I must be rich.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, is it?
Yeah, something like that, because the those holes more towards the front are where the those two black shock absorbers go in. The plastic ones.
Oh, yeah, there's these holes.
Yeah, in those forward holes. Yeah.
Yeah, there's holes there pointing upwards.
Be careful, because it's easy to snap those suckers.
Right, okay. So we've got all the shock absorbers lined up. Yeah, that's better. Them in the holes, them all lined up. Nice.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Now then,
do we need to put the drive shaft in first?
no, that goes in much later.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes, it does. You are correct.
Yeah.
The drive shaft will go in, but not
Okay,
until after you've got this all fastened on.
Could this get put in after though?
Yeah, it doesn't go in right at this moment. We're going to get this whole rear end fastened.
Making sure this will be able to be put in while this is actually secured in place.
Not just, it doesn't screw in place. It'll just slot in, but it doesn't go in right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll slip in nicely.
Yep, that's what she says.
Right, that's all nicely lined up. Those things.
Okay. Place the leaf spring with the rear axle attached so the front shackle 31A fits into the screw hole in the middle of the chassis 20A. You'll also have to do the same thing with its opposite member. Make sure that those go into their holes. And then kind of, if you want to, if you got some tape handy, you could use some tape to hold the middle of the differential in place. Otherwise, carefully turn it up. You have to turn it over so we can screw the front shackles in from the other side.
Right, so what ones are front shackles? Is it these things or?
No, that's the rear ones. The front.
Oh, so
Yeah.
these ones, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. What screw do we need so I can get the screw ready for that?
You're going to need a pair of RM, regular max screws.
I'll get them ready so that I can have them instantly. There you are. Right, so ready for them then. So I'm going to turn it sideways so it's not as bad.
Yeah, be careful because the hood could fall off at this point.
There goes my mic. Might be some weird noises at the moment. Hold on a sec.
Well, we already had some weird noises from Matt Chris, so I guess you deserve a turn.
That's better. Done. Oh. Right, so let's get these. God, in place. So just secure from the other side, yeah.
Yeah, from the opposite side.
Yeah. I'll get one in.
Get it in good and tight.
Yeah. Get one in and then get the one in first. Laugh at what just Chris put, did it? Right, that's them.
Okay, now is when we need the prop shaft.
Yep, okay. Just nice and big.
Yeah. All right. Locate the propeller shaft that you assembled in issue 21, pushing one end into the gearbox housing per figure A. The other end of the shaft is inserted into the differential housing 30B. So it goes down the tunnel.
Nice squeaky noises.
And into the end of the gearbox. Yeah. And now you can actually still lift the rear end up a bit if you need to get it into the hole in the differential.
Sure about it? That seems like it's movable.
Remember that universal joint actually works.
Yeah.
So that'll help you too.
Yeah, not easy though. I think it would have been easier to put it in first, maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Make sure that those two shock absorbers haven't fallen out.
Yeah, falling out. I just gotta
situated.
Yeah, probably easier to put a shaft in first. Because yeah, that's not going in at all. Yep, that's not going to work.
You can also flex that prop shaft, because it's just plastic.
If I don't mind, I'll break it.
It looks like it's come out of the gearbox.
Yeah, so I'll just plug it back in. Trying to anyway. Yeah, bit of advice. Best to put this in first.
Well, if you feel better about it, take the screws out of the
That's what I'm going to do. Either loosen them or take them out completely, one or the other. I'll take them out completely. I only need to take one out and see. Yeah, one out should be alright. Right, let's line that back up again. Yeah, okay, right, that's better. That's a bit luck, I only need to undo one screw. Right. And yeah. Prop shaft in.
Okay. Okay, now you want to grab a CM Crazy Max screw, and that, well, two of them actually,
Yeah.
and those will go into the clamp and down into the shock absorber there in the middle.
Oh, so it goes in these holes into these shock.
Yeah, those holes there and on the other one, yeah.
So if I line holes up first. It's not like that. That one in. Crazy amounts of bits on this. Right. That's them.
And then you might want a different screwdriver for putting the last two screws in if you have one, because the head on the Oria might be too big.
It's going to be on these bits, is it? It's going to be the end ones, is it? Is that what you're talking about?
No, not that. They go in from the outside. That's why the exhaust pipes were left loose.
Oh, okay, I see.
See, that's going to kind of be in the way. That's what I was saying. If perhaps you have another screwdriver. And another thing that would be good is if you've got some masking tape handy.
No, I never get some masking tape. Reckon is that could be that right?
No, I'm looking for like a regular screwdriver where they, because the business end on like the Ori and that is too fat. You want just a thin shaft.
The R2 one.
Like that, exactly. That's exactly what you want. Now, what's going to happen is, even so, the shaft of that screwdriver is going to rub against the exhaust pipe. That's why I was saying if you had some tape handy
Okay.
to put over it so you don't damage the exhaust pipe.
That should be okay. I'll just lift it up with one finger and screw up the other. Oh, that should be right.
No, the shaft of the screwdriver is going to contact that exhaust pipe.
Well, if I lift it up, it's not contacting it now.
Okay, yeah, that might work. Yeah, try doing that.
What screws are they?
And then you need those long PM screws.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're not kidding about long screws, Jesus. Just one from either side here. Yeah, that's quite nice and easy, that is. Getting that in. A short bit of thread actually goes into the part, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's not too bad.
Yeah. Do the other side, and then the last thing we'll be doing is putting on those brackets for the exhaust pipes that you've been holding on to for so long.
Nice. Right. This is station.
That took some screwing.
It certainly did.
Yeah, that's done.
Okay, next up you need those two brackets. Yeah, one's for the left and one's for the right.
To the left. To the left.
Firstly, push the screw post of the rear outlet pipe 28F into the divot in the rear chassis 23A, turning the model over and securing the parts together with one IP screw. See, I told you the plastic screws would be coming.
Okay, so you should do that first, yeah. IP3.
Yeah, you need to turn the chassis over.
Yeah, the screws ready first.
Okay.
So again, I'll get that camera.
Yes, turn the chassis over, and then you're going to be putting screws into the exhaust pipes. Yeah, right there. That's it.
Perfect. But you said that's why they left it free. They said common sense to actually leave that free.
Yeah, they were thinking for this one.
Yeah, it's fine. They're thinking through the build, I think, isn't it? Oh, quite a lot to do today, wasn't it? Oh, that's them two skills.
Now, finally, what you do is fit the left and right rear exhaust brackets to the outlet pipes of the exhaust system, fastening the brackets to the rear chassis 23A with one bolt max screw for each.
Right, so what one's left, what one's right?
Right.
That's the complicated thing. Right, so if that goes, let's say this one goes here.
And then that slot down at the bottom should line up with the screw hole. If it doesn't, you've got the wrong one.
I think that's right. Let's take that one off a minute. Let's try that one.
No, I think you had the correct one there, Chris.
Yeah, I was just double checking here. Yeah. Because there's this slot here, and that on the instructions it shows it going outwards, not inwards.
Right.
So it goes this way round. So see that?
And then that slot on the bottom up against the chassis should line up with the screw hole.
It goes. Screw that in place. BM.
What you could do is actually drive the screws in first, because those are slots in those brackets, and then you can slide it underneath the screw, because it's a little bit difficult to screw that in.
That seems to be okay. I've managed it. So
okay.
Because it's got some give, because obviously this plastic and the brackets plastic.
Yeah.
Hold it in place so don't go breaking. Hey. This thing is going to be. Hey. I really can't wait to start getting the body work and all that on this.
Oh, that's.
Then you feel the true weight of it then.
That's going to be a long while yet, because there's a lot to do on the body before it goes on.
Oh yeah, I just can't wait for to get that part, them parts.
And it's a nightmare as well.
I've seen how loud the sirens are as well when they're turning around. Not even when they were making the sound, just turning. It's so noisy.
I would have loved to have built that route master.
Yeah. Chris has built most of it, but his electronics stops working on it.
What, he's done the route master?
Yeah.
And the electronics don't work?
Yeah, he's virtually built it all and it's literally stopped, it's not working. He hasn't had the time to take it apart. He hasn't taken time to take it apart. I think it's just probably caught a wire or loose wire somewhere.
Well, that's the problem, because you've got to be careful when you screw all the panels on.
But the same with the Jag build, the DB5 build.
Yeah.
Is that all we can do for today?
And that is it. That's all we're doing, unless you want to go ahead and build the tires.
No, leave them till a couple of weeks' time. Otherwise, I'm not even sure if when I get the next part. It should be, in theory, according to Eagle Moss, that I should be getting every 2 weeks. They said. But
there's what they say, and then what really happens.
Exactly. So, but
unless you want to do the tires off stream, and then you get them in, because they can be a pain in the ass.
No, that because you're not having to heat up the, put the tires in hot water or anything. These are easy to put together. The wheels are in 2 halves.
Like most of the builds.
Wheels and tires are easy peasy on this build.
Is that what she said?
And that's it. Let's put it on full screen.
And that is it. Completed work.
Completed work for this week.
That's what it shows. That's the chassis. And suspension near enough.
Do that after the screen.
Huh? Say it.
There we go.
The dust that was on this, luckily on the black bag I put this under, it's a ridiculous amount of dust.
That's for the after show there, not Chris.
Yeah, not too bad. That's just over an hour build, that way.
Well, that's all right,
It's basically near enough the whole. Well, after we've done the wheels on this, the engine underneath the car is done, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
When that's done, when I've done the wheels next time, I'll put the air filter back on. So then shouldn't be turning it upside down for a while. In theory.
You hope.
Yeah, in theory. Actually, does the part of the does the body get secured on from underneath, or?
Yeah, you'll have to turn everything upside down, and then you'll have to be very careful because you're going to have, plastic parts on the roof that could easily get snapped off. So it'll be a bit of a chore putting it all together.
It's crazy, isn't it? Really.
And you got all those lights and things that get put on the roof before you put the body onto the chassis.
Good thing is people are so far ahead of me, I can just look back at what they've done.
And say, oh, I know I don't want to do it like that.
That's not how to do it, yes. Careful of that part, that's breakable easily. Yeah, so yeah, that's good. Not bad, really. What do you think, Dave?
Coming along nicely.
Yeah, slowly but surely. Very slowly but surely.
Slowly.
Yeah, non-existent.
Yeah, hopefully.
So when you get your next parts?
In theory, a week or two time. But that's why I'm not holding my breath.
I've still not done any more on the Titanic yet. You know, the trumpeter one.
Oh yeah,
I need to get some wood to put the foam board on, and put the ship on it, draw around it, and then start cutting it all out to put the ship in. Make an iceberg out of polystyrene.
To make it sort of right size.
You should have done that way back at the beginning.
Yeah, but it's getting the timber.
We've saved a lot of the building if you did the alphabet first.
Well, as we get older, getting the timber is definitely a problem.
Yeah, as we get older, yeah. I might go and pinch somebody's fence.
It'd be an offence to do that, though, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I mean, I did have a load of wood spare, and I took it all to tip before I got that model.
Just go to tip, see if anyone's thrown any wood away. That's why
it's like I've got that other one, the USS Missouri, same scale. But I'm gonna have to save up and get the like the wooden deck for the upgrade. Get that for it.
Oh, have you ever seen that? I can't remember. It was some comedy bloke. Australian goes, "My dick. Oh, that's my dick. I've got a big dick, bigger than my next door neighbour. He's got a small dick." Absolutely brilliant.
I'm not saying that.
I mean, loads of people on my deck. It's just brilliant. It's genius. I'll just you have to find it and send a link to you. So well done.
Have they sent you the base for that yet, Chris?
Nah, I don't know what issue or what delivery that's.
That'll be late on that, won't it?
It's huge. You know, the car's big enough, but then the base itself is so big.
Chris, can I ask you a question, mate?
What's that?
Where the hell are you going to put it?
I've got some big shelves at the back of the screen here. And the moment
you have to make sure they're wide enough for the base.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it will be, but if it overlaps the edges, it's not be much of a problem, I don't think.
Because I was going to put my Spitfire downstairs on top of a unit, but when I saw the base, I thought that's not going to fit.
So you've seen a lot of people reduce. Well, things you can easily reduce the size of your space now.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's too much arsing about.
Make your own base now. Just
So what I'm thinking of doing, I might get some trees.
I'll put them
Put it on the base.
Yeah, they could do those model size trees now for like
And
the railways.
Get some German snipers.
Just get the ones they use on railway models, can't you?
Yeah. No, they're too small.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be the same scale as this, you see.
We could be very small trees or get really big trees and they'd be like oaks or something like that.
Well, then I'm going to make them out of wire. Because I've been watching, I don't know if you ever watched her, Martina. It's called Nerd Forge. You got to see what she builds. She gets a load of foam board and cardboard, and she builds buildings. And she uses the foam board as bricks. And she builds it all up, and it's fantastic.
Cool. All right.
I've never seen anything like it.
It's amazing what people can do nowadays, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people like cosplayers. And they're like sometimes they make their own stuff out of foam board and all that. It's crazy.
But the foam board she uses is that thick.
Jesus.
Mm.
And we can't get it here. Because we're a backward country.
It'd be expensive to import over, wouldn't it be, if you needed it?
So you're doing anything over the bank holiday week?
Was that next week? Is it?
Yeah. Well, the Jubilee.
Yes, this Thursday, Friday, isn't it? The bank holiday.
I'm not doing that. I'm gonna, because round the corner from me, I think they're having a street party.
Oh, yeah.
Sackgates.
I think my mum and dad want to do something on the 8th, I think.
Well, I'm not celebrating it.
We'll just celebrate if she passes away before it. I know Charles will, won't he?
Old FA Cup is.
Yeah. He'd be partying all night, day and night. He would be if she passes away.
He can't handle his beer.
Yeah.
Because if he could have, he wouldn't have married her.
Very patriotic, us two.
I'm not patriotic, that's the thing.
Yeah, well, say to me. 66, not 66 years.
70 years.
70 years.
I wonder if they'll throw a party for me then when it's my birthday.
You just throw your own party.
I think they should throw me one.
I think we'll leave it at that tonight. Do you want to say anything, you two?
Well, just hope that everyone enjoyed the show tonight. And if you have, please.
I'll tell you.
Thumbs up, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, definitely. People.
And for this one as well.
Yeah, there's a link in the description for
this one.
There's a link in the description. I think there is for Dave's
somewhere around.
And there's a link in the description for Chris Davies, who should be here, but obviously not tonight.
Yeah, he's skiving off.
After all the help we did him Saturday.
Is that a new name for it? Skiving off?
Skiving off.
Okay.
And also there's some both mine and Chris's wish list in the comments and the description as well. If you could please check them out, help us out. Be very grateful for that. Yeah. So if you please hit like, share, subscribe, and I think we'll be going live this Saturday with Chris's Jag. I think I'm not sure on that, but we'll see.
If we turn up.
So yep.
I hope you hear that, Chris. You let us down tonight.
So see you on Saturday, hopefully. Have a nice. If you're going to celebrate the Queen's Jubilees, have fun. Don't get too drunk. If not, just celebrate and get drunk anyway.
I'll be in the shed.
I'm having the days off. I don't care about the Queen. I'm having the days off though, so I don't care.
If I was working, I wouldn't have a day off.
Get paid for it.
I'd rather work.
Yeah. But yeah, so see you all next time. See you Saturday.
Yeah. Bye. Bye.